Hello Aries, welcome to your reading. This is Rooted Souls Tarot. I'm Lisa and we're going to take a little bit of a look at what's going on with you for the next week, next 7 days-ish. I'm going to start off with these lovely Colin Baron Reid Animal Spirit Oracle cards, or Spirit Animal Oracle cards. Okay, we'll pick you a couple and then we'll dive into the tarot. So what does Aries need to know about this week? What's happening in your world, Aries? Okay, we've got Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. And then we have Porcupine Spirit, time for beginner mind. So things are going to start moving quickly for you, I think, this week. If things have felt quite blocked, quite stagnant, then things are really going to start moving themselves forward, flying forward. Think of it like the Eight of Wands tarot card. Things really starting to shift really quickly. So I think, this is something that you need to be prepared for this week. Be prepared that things are, the energy might be quite fast moving, and I think you're going to need to adapt to it. Porcupine Spirit, time for beginner mind. It's about having an open mind and not being, closed down to the fact that you might be learning something new this week. And all about going with the flow, being open to learning new information and taking that new information and using it and adapting it into your life in a really quick way. Because obviously things are shifting, things are moving quite quickly. So let's have a little bit of a look at the tarot. Let's see what we got going on here. Oops. First card out, Five of Cups. This card has been coming out an awful lot. Five of Cups is all about looking at the bigger picture, taking a step back, focusing on the positives rather than the negatives. Well, let's have a few more anyway to kick off with. All right, we've got the Five of Wands as well. The Sun, nice one. The Chariot, movement forward. The Four of Cups. Okay, so as I said, the Five of Cups is all about focusing on the bigger picture, taking that step back, not focusing on the things that you may feel like you've lost, because the Five of Cups is 3 cups gone over, 3 cups spilled, and if the cups represent our happiness, the things that make us happy, our joy, maybe even our stability, that's gone. But there's actually 2 cups still standing, 2 cups with something perfectly viable in there. Something, again, that's going to make us happy, feel secure, feel stable, bring us joy. But we're just not focusing on that. We're choosing to focus on what we've lost. So, there's always an answer to the fives. And the answer to the Five of Cups is to take a step back, shift your focus, change your perspective, and look at the things that you actually have in front of you rather than the things that you think that you've lost. They've gone for a reason. They've gone for a reason, and you're left with the 2 cups. You're left with something else, and you've got to make good with that something else. And again, coming back to the Porcupine Spirit, time for beginner mind. It might not be something you know about. It might not be something that's you're familiar with. So now's the time to get yourself familiar with it. Come at things from a different perspective and be open to learning, be open to moving forward with these 2 cups that you've still got going for you. We've got the Six of Cups there. The Six of Cups is all about the past. It's about family. It's about our ancestors, our connection to our ancestors. And we've got the Queen of Cups there. So things aren't how they used to be. Things are different now. Things, nothing ever stays the same, does it? It's the one constant in life, change. And I think, the change that you're going through at the moment might feel a little bit overwhelming, might feel a little bit difficult. But again, it's about perspective. It's about taking that step back, focusing on what you do have rather than what you've lost. And, things are meant to move forwards. Things are not meant to stay the same forever. We just have to look through our life, look back at our childhood. How many changes have we gone through since we were small? So many, and that's how it's meant to be. So I think you've got to sit with those emotions. You've got to learn to be comfortable with that loss. I think this week, I think you've got to just try and come to terms with that feeling of things changing, of the loss that you're going through. And this is going to be small for some and really big for others. And it's all right me saying, oh yes, you've got to sit in your loss. But, it's sort of kind of true. And it's going to be more difficult for others and might need a little bit of help, outside help for some of you. And others, you're going to be able to just sit with that, just feel it, let it flow through you, and then move on. Because, there's only one way, and that's forwards. We can't sit in the past. We can't... we just can't sit in the past, can we? We can't, things can't stay the same as they used to be. And I think for you, Aries, this week, it is all about moving on. It's about gathering yourself up and moving on. And I'm feeling okay about it, because that Queen of Cups, she's comfortable with sitting in her emotions. She's not letting any outside dramas, any outside stuff knock her off her throne. She's just feeling connected, she's feeling grounded. And I think this is you this week, Aries. So, Five of Wands, it's a card of conflict. It's a card of uncertainty within yourself, maybe, an inner battle going on, or it could be a little bit of an exterior disagreement with somebody else. It's nothing major. It's a wand, it's not a sword. So it's a little bit handbags at dawn. But there's definitely some pushing and pulling, and I think it's within you actually this week, because obviously we've talked about leaving things behind and moving on with the good stuff, but there's always going to be a sense of uncertainty about that, and a sense of being conflicted inside about it. Let's have a little bit of a look. Maybe there's circumstances in the outside world, maybe not even related to somebody else, that is going to create this conflict within you. Maybe the way that the situation has turned out, or the way that I feel like it's something rather than somebody. And that's making you feel extra conflicted. We've got the Star there. Star is all about healing. Star is about having hope, having faith that things are going to turn out the way that you want them to. It's also about feeling balanced and feeling grounded. We've got the Hermit card there. The Hermit card is about looking within, about figuring stuff out on the inside, maybe looking at our shadow. So I do think the beginning of this week, it's going to feel quite emotional. Obviously, the Star there, she's stood in all that water. There's a lot of wateriness going on with these cards, and I think you are going to, be struggling with something emotionally, and I think it's related to moving on. I think it's related to the loss that you've had, and you struggling to move onwards with what you've got because of some deep emotional connection to it, connection to the past, really. I think for most of you, if not all of you. But like I said, the Star is about healing, it's about having hope, it's about having faith. And so I think you are hopefully going to be feeling that. You're going to be, starting to get your hope back. And I think that's going to come from just spending some time figuring out how you feel about situations, moving forwards, and trying to come to some sort of resolution within yourself, and to calm this conflict down within yourself. I feel like you're having to put out a fire somewhere within yourself, something that maybe have escalated more than it needs to on an emotional level. And like I say, I think something on the outside, a situation's triggered it. There we go. Right, okay. Don't forget, if you like this reading, it'd be really amazing if you could give me a like, leave me a comment. I always love to know what's going on with you, even if it's in emoji form. And also, if you like the channel, if you like catching up with my readings, then please press that subscribe button, and don't forget to press the notifications, tick the notification box, so that you don't miss out on any of your readings. Right, we've got the Sun next. The Sun is a lovely card. It's the best card in the pack. The sun is literally shining on you. Things are getting lighter and brighter. The beginning of the week may feel very emotional and very, unsettled. But, as you're moving through the week, that sun is starting to come out. the light is starting to shine on you, and things are starting to feel brighter and lighter, and you're starting to feel better about things. The sun brings life, it brings abundance, it brings positivity, happiness, joy. Let's see what else we've got here. The Death card and the Six of Wands. So the Death card, it sounds very grim, and naturally we all, think of an ending. But with this card, it is a really great card because, yes, it is an ending. It's not a death of an actual death. It's the ending of a situation, the ending of a way of thinking, the ending of something. And with any good ending comes a fabulous new beginning. And so I think, you're going to have a bit of a week of two halves, I think, Aries, where you are beginning to have a brand new start, a brand new beginning in some area of your life. I think it is related to the situation, obviously the Five of Cups situation, that whatever it is that you're moving on with. Obviously, it's a general reading, so it's different for every single one of you. Some of you it's going to be relationships, some of you it's going to be work, some of you it's going to be home, some of you it could be just complete life stuff. But there is a brand new beginning waiting for you. Something's going to come to its natural end, and it's going to be positive because we've got that Sun card there. And obviously we've got the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is about victory. It's a card of winning. It's a card of being celebrated for your victory. Maybe people are starting to notice you and feeling really happy for you that you're having this shift. You've got this opportunity for a brand new beginning. For some of you, actually, I feel like it could be new lives even coming into the world, new babies within the family, within your circle. But it feels very hopeful. It feels very much like this is just what you've needed to help you to move forwards. And it's positive. That's all I need to say, Aries. Right, we've got the Chariot. And as we spoke before about life is speeding up, life is speeding up. The Chariot is about forward momentum. It's about movement forwards. And things are going to really start shifting forwards this week for you. And I think you're driving it. I think it's all about you following your intuition, following your higher self, connecting to that energy and pushing yourselves forwards towards where it is that you're destined to go. Because, whether you realise it or not, your deep soul, your higher self, it knows where you need to be going. It made the plan before you even arrived here. So I think, if you can take some time to try and connect with that energy within yourself, then that's going to be helpful. It's going to help you to get yourself going in the direction that you're meant to be. But certainly things are going to start shifting forwards for you this week, Aries. Have a couple more cards to clarify that. We've got the Two of Swords and we've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, so quite challenging energy with that. We've got the Two of Swords. That's all about making a choice, making a decision. Are we going to go that way? Are we going to go that way? And I think I said it before when I was just talking about the Chariot, about that you really need to nurture the connection to your inner world, your soul, what your soul wants, what your divine self would want, where you need to be going, because you've got a choice to make. You've got a choice. Am I going to go this way? Am I going to go that way? And it might feel you're going to feel it in a physical way, that it feels quite emotional, quite a difficult choice. But nevertheless, it's a decision and that you need to make. Don't get me wrong, if you don't make the choice, you don't make the decision, you're just going to stay where you are. Nothing terrible is going to happen. But if you're wanting to move forwards the way that I think you are, you do, should I say, this decision, this choice, this path needs to be chosen. And I think this is going to cause you quite a little bit of stress around the end of the week, because you've got to make a choice, you've got to make a decision, and things feel quite quick, that quite fast moving, and maybe you're feeling under pressure to make it, and that's causing you to feel stress. Connect with yourself, connect with that inner part of you that knows what to do. We've got the Four of Cups there as our next card. The Four of Cups. It's all about not feeling it, really, just not feeling the energy, being quite happy with what's in front of you, and maybe just lacking in motivation because, again, coming back to these 2 cups over here. I think you're just really needing to get your head around this change, this shift, this new thing, and I think it's holding you back, the fact that you're not fully invested, I don't think, in it, and it's making you lose your motivation. I think it's all about a time for the beginner mind. You've got to really come at this from a fresh perspective. I think you've got to really open your mind up to doing things in a new and different way, and that's okay. And it's life's challenging, isn't it? I say all these things, and I'm classic for not listening to my own advice, knowing what to do and just not doing it. And I think you know what to do as well, Aries. But I think the thing that's going to be creating more stress for you, maybe holding you back a little bit, is by just not pushing forwards with this new stuff that you've got going on for you, this new energy, these new things that, yes, are different, but yes, are amazing in a completely different way. I think it feels a little bit like you're not giving things a chance, and not, sort of wholeheartedly invested in the way things are going. Let's have a couple more cards. Temperance. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so Temperance, she's all about finding balance. She's all about finding balance. She's all about being grounded, being connected, seeing things as they really are. She's very grounded in reality, is Temperance. I mean, this is a lovely card. I do love it. I'll show it you. It's really pretty. So I think you need to find some balance moving forwards, Aries. I think you need to check in with a little bit of reality. Actually, this is what I've got to deal with, and that's gone, and maybe a little bit of a reality check within yourself. But sort of Temperance is all about being kind to yourself, about finding your peace, and so it's all within your interest to do this. So I think it's about checking in and seeing that this is your reality now, and trying to find that state of balance. Temperance, obviously, again, is all about balance. She's all about keeping that equilibrium going. So if you can find some sort of balance, some sort of happy medium with the way that you're finding, then I think that the balance is is going to start going in your favour down the line. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. She is, to me, the master manifester. She is vibrating at a very high level. She's drawing everything that she needs towards her because she is at such a high vibration. She's in alignment with what she wants to attract towards her. So I think for you moving forwards, it's about lifting your vibration, staying in that higher vibrational space in order for you to then attract the things that you would like within your life effortlessly. So yes, things might not feel quite right at the moment. Yes, things might feel a little bit out of balance and things aren't quite where you wanted and hoped to be, but you've got some really good stuff going for you, and all you need to do is just lift that vibration, get yourself in a more positive frame of mind, in a more positive state, and do all the things that make you happy. Go out for coffee with friends, or take a really long bubble bath or a nice shower, dig in the garden, get out into nature, go and hug a tree, whatever it is that's your thing that really helps you to feel better in yourself and lifts that vibration. That's what you need to do this week to find that place of peace that Temperance is trying to lead you to. So Aries, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that's been helpful. Again, please let me know in the comments. But in the meantime, I will leave you to it. Take care. Stay rooted, stay open, stay magical, and I will see you again very, very soon.